Too strong. I couldn't hold her.
Well, hi there, folks. In our explanation video today, we are going to be talking about yet another mysterious Marvel comic villain, the Hiatian Voodoo princess, Calypso Ezili. To many others, she's also known as the Witch or the Hunter of Souls. She was introduced as part of the MCU almost 40 years ago. And since then, she has proven herself to be a formidable and calculative opponent of the New York superheroes like Spiderman and the Daredevil. In this video, we are going to be tracing her origin, her prominent comic appearances, and her tremendous powers. So stay tuned with us. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Calypso? Calypso Ezili, a voodoo priestess of Haitian descent, debuted in Amazing Spider-Man number 209 in October 1980, created by Denny O'Neil and Alan Weiss. Initially introduced as a minor character and ally of Kraven the Hunter, she later manipulated the Lizard into helping her attack Spider-Man after Kraven's death. Calypso also appeared in Daredevil Volume 1, Daredevil Annual Volume 1, and Web of Spider-Man Volume 1, before finally being killed off in the Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 1. Over the years, she has appeared in various Marvel media and recently made her live-action debut in Sony's Kraven the Hunter. Notable appearances throughout the comics. Calypso initially appeared as the lover and partner of Kraven the Hunter, standing by his side. In her early role, she was presented as a master manipulator, constantly taunting and scoffing at Kraven to push him further into his hatred for Spider-Man. She was ecstatic watching Kraven become consumed with rage, especially when it was directed toward his arch-nemesis, Spider-Man. Calypso found an inexplicable thrill in the chaos and violence Kraven unleashed, often encouraging him to fulfill his promise to hunt and kill Spider-Man, even if it meant spiraling into a dangerous fury. Her influence over Kraven was marked by her ability to fuel his anger and push him toward his darker impulses. Her first appearance is in the To Salvage My Honor comic edition. The story begins with Calypso admiring Kraven the Hunter as he practices hitting a target, the target being a dummy of Spider-Man. Kraven explains his incessant hatred for Spider-Man, which he has harbored for years. He recalls how, despite using every technique, from lies to deceit, Spider-Man still managed to defeat him. The duo then decides to head to New York, where Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, resides. Upon reaching the city, despite Kraven's objections, Calypso releases caged animals onto the streets. She assumes this will force Kraven to return to his natural greatness. When the animals begin attacking people, Kraven removes his disguise and fights the beasts. Even though he's no match for the gorilla's strength, he uses his knowledge of a nerve in the skull to apply the correct pressure, putting the humongous animal to sleep until it can be captured. When Spider-Man arrives amidst the chaos, he is momentarily confused. While he knows Kraven is responsible for the mess, he also sees Kraven helping. Meanwhile, Calypso manipulates Kraven, falsely claiming that Spider-Man himself opened the cages. When Kraven refuses to believe her, saying he's not an ignoble foe, Calypso becomes angry. She further manipulates him, accusing him of being afraid, even though he's the mighty hunter. She escalates the situation by striking him and mocking him, calling him a coward. Enraged, Kraven threatens to crush her, but Calypso provokes him further by asking if he can truly crush Spider-Man. She tells him that until he meets Spider-Man on the field of honor, he will never realize his full potential as Kraven the Hunter. Surprisingly, Kraven agrees. Kraven then heads to the Daily Globe office where Parker works as a journalist and photographer. There, he challenges the editor to print on the front page that Kraven demands a fight with Spider-Man, a fight to the death. He declares that the animosity between them should be settled once and for all. That evening, the fight ensues, and the first thing Kraven asks is why Spider-Man released the animals earlier. Naturally, Spider-Man denies any knowledge of it, and the two begin their combat. Meanwhile, in the shadows, Calypso grins wickedly. The combat between Kraven and Spider-Man becomes fierce, with Kraven almost defeating Spider-Man. He's about to deliver the final blow, wielding a dinosaur skeleton, but the unexpected happens. Spider-Man rallies and strikes Kraven with such force that he sends him sprawling outside, where the police arrest him. After Kraven the Hunter's death and Kraven's last hunt, Calypso began dressing like him, wearing his hunting shirt. She became a more prominent antagonist for Spider-Man, using her mystical powers to create a potion that possessed the Lizard, whom she blamed for Kraven's death. Consumed by hatred for Spider-Man, the only thing Calypso sought was revenge. It was later revealed that she had sacrificed her own sister to gain her powerful voodoo abilities. She manipulated the Lizard into fighting Spider-Man in a church, causing the building to collapse. Although both Spider-Man and the Lizard survived, Calypso appeared to die in the wreckage. However, Calypso returned from death multiple times. She once approached Kraven's son, Alyosha Kravinoff, thinking he was Kraven. When she realized her mistake, he mocked her, which enraged her. She attacked him at Kraven's old home in the Caribbean, using zombies in the process. This drew Spider-Man into the conflict, and Calypso attempted to make them fight to the death. However, when her spell failed, Alyosha captured Calypso and killed her in his home. Calypso was resurrected once again and sought revenge in both Daredevil and Spider-Man, this time enlisting a zombie servant to aid her in battle. To enhance her powers, Calypso sacrificed her younger sister, gaining abilities that allowed her to control others and perform dark magic. She used these powers to capture Kurt Connors, also known as the Lizard, and nearly succeeded in killing Spider-Man. However, Spider-Man ultimately defeated both her and the Lizard, leading to what appeared to be Calypso's death. Calypso later resurfaced in Hell's Kitchen, where she kidnapped Haitian refugees and transformed them into zombies as part of her scheme to resurrect Kraven. When confronted by Daredevil, she temporarily enslaved him until he received guidance from Brother Voodoo on how to defeat her. In a desperate act, she caused a building to collapse on herself. In New Orleans, she murdered a voodoo priest and stole the amulet of Damballa, which enabled her to resurrect Simon Garf, but she soon abandoned him. This was part of her broader plan to bring Kraven back to life. Her next appearance was in Colorado, where she seduced a guard at the vault and used magic to free the Lizard. However, he attacked her in anger, resulting in severe injuries. Despite this, Calypso managed to evade death by transferring her spirit into the amulet of Damballa. This allowed her to possess various individuals while trying to reunite with her physical body. Calypso also commanded minions to retrieve her body from the morgue and bury it in a magical cemetery for healing. Her spirit moved through different hosts until it possessed Gloria Grant during a cruise. Once back in New York, she forced Grant's cousin, Ramon, to help unearth her body for a resurrection ceremony. However, Simon Garf intervened and stole the amulet before Spider-Man returned it to Calypso, allowing her to complete the ritual and regain her body. Later, she appeared in the spectacular Spider-Man animated show Season 2, Episode 2. In Spider-Man the Animated Series, Calypso appears as a minor antagonist under the name Dr. Mariah Crawford, voiced by Susan Bobian. In this adaptation, she travels to Africa in search of Dr. James Reeves and hires Sergei Kravinoff to guide her. During their journey, Kravinoff protects her from wild animals, and they develop a romantic relationship. After finding Dr. Reeves, who has discovered a serum to protect against jungle infections, he warns Mariah not to use it on herself or anyone else due to its dangerous side effects. When Kravinoff is injured by hyenas while defending Mariah, she ignores the warning and gives the serum to him, resulting in his transformation into Kraven the Hunter, who affectionately nicknames her Calypso. After returning to America to find a cure for Kraven, he mistakenly believes Mariah is involved with another man. Spider-Man intervenes to save her when Kraven kidnaps Robbie Robertson, thinking he is the rival. Eventually, Mariah cures Kraven and they leave for Africa together. Later in the series, when Spider-Man mutates into Man-Spider due to a disease, Mariah and Sergei return to help him and successfully create a cure. However, When Mariah contracts an unknown virus while aiding others in Africa, Sergei is forced to give her the same serum that transformed him into Kraven. This time, it turns her into a more feral creature than Kraven himself. As Calypso begins attacking people at night in the park, Sergei reverts to his Kraven persona to confront her. Spider-Man and Black Cat assist in controlling her and ultimately cure her using a serum developed by Deborah Whitman. Afterwards, Mariah and Sergei depart and are not seen again for the remainder of the series. In the spectacular Spider-Man, Calypso is again portrayed as a minor antagonist. In this version, she is a voodoo priestess and the lover of Sergei Kravenov during his time as a gamekeeper. Together with Sergei's pet lion, Glyadkin, she assists him with various animals. After they capture a rhino for care, Calypso shows Sergei images of Spider-Man and presents an offer from an American benefactor, Dr. Octopus, to hunt Spider-Man. Sergei accepts the challenge. Upon arriving in America, after being defeated by Spider-Man in their first encounter, Calypso offers her help, but he declines. Instead, Sergei hires Miles Warren to transform him into a humanoid lion-like creature, adopting the name Kraven the Hunter. Following another defeat at the hands of Spider-Man, Kraven is rescued by Calypso on behalf of the Master Planner, who invites him to join a hunting pack. In Spider-Man 2, the game, Calypso appears as a secret boss that players can encounter after completing the main storyline. Although she's not part of the primary narrative, defeating her adds an extra challenge for players seeking to explore all aspects of the game. Calypso here is depicted as a voodoo priestess, and her presence in this game is meant to enhance the gameplay experience with unique boss mechanics. Players unlock this challenge once they finish the main story, allowing them to engage with this character in a separate battle scenario. Powers and abilities. Talking about her powers, Calypso is a powerful voodoo witch who possesses a variety of traditional voodoo items, including the Yoruba spirit drum and Bira bells, along with various poisons. Her magical abilities enable her to cloud the minds of others, create zombies, and even possess individuals. Calypso has demonstrated the capability to resurrect herself multiple times. Also, after she sacrificed her sister, she not only enhanced her mystical powers, but also amplified her already significant black magic abilities. With these newly acquired skills, Calypso stands out as one of the most proficient voodoo witches globally and is arguably among the most powerful due to her extensive knowledge of the dark arts. Marvelous verdict. Finally, after 40 years of comic appearance, Calypso's character made her live-action debut in Sony's Kraven the Hunter, which is about to be released on December 12th. Let us know in the comments section your reviews about the film and Calypso's character. So that's it for this one, and we will see you again in yet another marvelous video. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Have a good one, and be safe. Thanks, everyone.